Hey there, War Gamers, Justin the Iron Painter here, and we are now live. Hey, got a little sip. How are you guys doing on this fine Tuesday afternoon? Hope you guys are doing well. Hope your weeks have started out good and you're getting things done. Hopefully work's going well. Hopefully your preparations for the holiday season are going good. Getting that last minute Christmas shopping ordered and whatnot. Hopefully getting some hobby activities in. Some painting. Painting is always good. You should be painting. But seriously though, how are you guys doing? How is your day? For the handful of you guys that have tuned in early, thank you. I appreciate that. I do appreciate it. Alright. Oh. So to start off today's stream, gotta get the phone out. Been doing business stuff here, as usual. Get that over there. To get things started today, I thought we might talk a little bit about my building that I designed at work yesterday. Well, been designing at work. I got some more forward progress in on it. So I think we'll switch cameras and we'll talk about my Battletech building. And as always, if you guys have been getting any hobby progress in of your own, or things you want to share, talk about, good, bad, otherwise, feel free to pipe up, chime in to the stream, and let me know what's going on in your day. How are you? I do hope that things are going well for you. Alright, so, if you've been following my Battletech creations, my Battletech progress, I've had some iterations of my motor pool. So it started out as this, and we felt that it was too tall, and it was just an odd shape. We weren't super thrilled with that, or I wasn't super thrilled with that design going this way and that one going that way. It just seemed odd. That led to this one. We changed that, made some notes on there for things I wanted to do, and then actually ended up not doing it the exact same way on here, but little gap, you see my finger through there, so I had to adjust that, which was an easy fix. So, and I want to change this up, that whole structure, and change the rear. That led to this one, which we got the circle for icon, and it's too far back, so I need to move it forward. We got the etching on the top of the building now. It wasn't exactly how I was thinking about doing it, because on this one I have it kind of tapering in with the sketch on top, and this one I just went straight across and then went out. I could kick it in some, that might look nice, but and then I wanted to do an etch on the side plates and have the kind of panels go over. And then we got the side etching for the icon. I didn't like how high this was, so wanted to bring it down. Wanted to take those X's off. Thought they'd be cool. They're not. And then let's see here. Change the X pattern to an X instead of the circle kind of X to make it a little simpler. Ended up making notes for this I want to do on the last one. So that's this one, and we got this kind of texture here that I kind of want to replicate down here, and we changed this so it tapers in more, or this one doesn't. It's kind of squared off. That one comes in at an angle. Whoop. You can sit there. It's like Jenga. I did the adjustment on the back I wanted to do, so these squares mount here. I feel like that was a little long, so I feel like I need to pull these down a little bit. But otherwise, I like it pretty good. And then I brought this down. I'm going to remove that. I think that looks bad It just doesn't sync up right. If it lined up with this, it might not be too bad, but I don't like it, so we're going to take that out. And then, like I said, we're going to put that down here. We adjusted this. So we have this like little clamp thing down here. We're going to change that up a little bit. Not super thrilled on how it's looking. And yeah, so that's where we are with this building. It's almost complete. Got a few tweaks to make. I also changed something small. These wrapped around the edge, and I made notches in it so it interfaces with the plate, so it's a lot more secure and it stops the building from wobbling. What's up, Mr. Clan Wolf? How you doing? How you doing? So I might come in on this and do an etch line where it meets the plate, and then make the bottom one look kind of like it's a clamp or something, maybe, just to break that up a little bit. I'm not sure. But I do like that it interfaces with the base plate. I think that is neat. I think tonight when I get to work, I'm going to try my hand at designing, making the alterations to this, and then designing it where we bring out one more row of hexes on this side, and then we flip this over so it'll look like that. So we'll have two of them. And then maybe take this, which was not terrible, and then have it kind of come out of one of the sides. So it's like the, actually not that one specifically, maybe, maybe like that one. Yeah, whatever. Maybe one more like this, where it has a door on it or something, like an entrance to the facility, perhaps. So, yeah, Clan Wolf, it did. It did. I got it next to me. I was waiting for you to arrive so that I could open it and see. It is a box that is much bigger than I thought it would be. But we'll get to that in just a moment. So yeah, I've got a small collection of these buildings I've been designing all over the place at this point. I gotta figure out, I'll probably start giving some of these away. Well, yeah. I think we're gonna redesign that other one to have that the jut out of the side. I think that's gonna be pretty neat, if I'm honest with you. Yeah. I think that'll be cool. Yep. Alright, so anyway. That's my buildings. I got a whole bunch of them. There's some of the renditions of the motor pool. And that's not all of them, because there's one. I think that was the last one. So yeah, I got 5 different versions of the motor pool here. Starting with that one and moving up. I'm liking where this is. I do think today making those alterations is going to be good. Should be easy enough to do at work. And then making version or building B with this coming out of the side, and then maybe building C with the other part kind of jutting out of here might be pretty neat. So we'll see how it goes. Thank you, Embassy. Thank you. I'm trying to make further forward progress on my my Battletech terrain endeavors. We have a company that is getting ready to stock some of our products. A lot of our terrain, and I was kicking myself for not having this stuff done immediately. It would have been nice because they might have stocked it. But when I'm done, someone's going to buy some of my terrain. It's going to happen. But give me one moment here, guys. I need to do something real quick for DRD, and then we're going to open the box from Clan Wolf. And on the topic of Mr. Clan Wolf, how are you today, man? How was work, if you worked? How's your day? How are you? Goodbye. This happens way too often now. Like it's stupid. Okay, give me 1 second. If I can find this guy I need to message, we'd be in. There we go. Okay, one more here to do. Oh, come on. I apologize, guys. Hey, nice, Snoofy. Exciting. Because you got the dice tray. The dice tray, I think, yeah? I noticed that mess up there. Problem solved. Okay, cool. Now I can fire this off. Alright, got that tackled. Emails handled. Done. Nice! So yours should look something like this. If you have any trouble putting it together, let me know. It should be pretty easy, but if you have any trouble, let me know and I can walk you through it. If anybody else is interested in helping support what I do, DRD.com. There's a merch section. You can pick up some amp services stuff. Dice tray. And paint wrap, things of that nature. Helps me out. Alright, so Clan Wolf sent me a box. Boom. I don't want to show my address up here. He knows it. Y'all don't know it, so we're gonna keep it hidden. We're gonna open up this box here. And he also This is the kind of guy we're hanging out with right now, folks. He didn't use his real name. I know his real name. This is how my package came. Hilarious. Ugh. Would have been funny if there was a glitter bomb in here. What is this? There's a bag. I feel like there's a stuffed animal in here. There's something. There's a bag. Is there a stuffed animal in here? What did you send? Carbot Zergly. I'm not familiar with Zerg, but it's cute. It's a cute chunky boy. And I knocked over the Irby with it. It's pretty cute though. I don't want to set him down because there's stuff down there, but yeah. That's funny. That's cool, man. Thank you. Thank you. He sent me a little stuff guy. Little stuff guy. No, he didn't want to go back in. He was trying to hold himself out. Yeah, I did play some StarCraft. I only really played the Terrans, and I only played I think it's Terrans, the Space Marines basically, and I only played the good guys. Battletech Godzilla, give him some rules and make it a bit of it. That's funny. I just make a big hex base for him. Make a big hex base. We'll have to find a place to plop that guy. I saw it was a Zergling. I wasn't familiar with the Zerg very well. I just remember shooting at him. But whatever he was from the game, he's cute. I just remember the Zerg basically being Tyranids. He looks too cute to be a Tyranid. He's a cute Tyranid. A cutanid. Alright. This guy is, is there even anything in there? Alright, Clan Wolf, here we go. I feel like I'm opening up a pressurized chamber. I wish I had some special effects that have smoke bellowing out. And there's some toilet paper. Some toilet paper. Oh man, that would have been terrible. That's how you end friendships right there. You see, Clan Wolf, you missed an opportunity to say that you sent me toilet paper because you give a shit. Alright. So we had an arm pop off. Easy fix. Yo, that was good engineering on reusing some storage stuff, man. That worked out. Alright, let's be Operation Justin Fixie Your Arm. We can do this. This should be pretty easy. Get a little dibble dab. Dribble. Okay. Alright, let's get you on there, bud. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Gotta blow off some of the TP dust. Yeah, man. That turned out pretty cool. Pretty cool. Hey, you got is that Night Lords? Night Lords? What's up, Java? This is Clan Wolf for my Battletech forces. Got a kind of Tron vibe going on. The edge highlights, like for black, what I would normally do gray, it's got red. So kind of like in Tron, they wear like black armor or something like that, and then they have the bright edge highlights that are colored instead of like gray. Yeah, kind of got, not necessarily a Tron feel, but that kind of thing where the highlight is a color versus just a lighter color of the armor plate. Very cool. Yeah, man. Gun looks cool. Like the barrels. It's pretty dope. He looks slick. Kind of getting a little bit of a Mass Effect vibe too. This mecha, just a chunky boy. If he DFAs you, you pancaked. Pancaked. But yeah, this will be Clan Wolf for our next live stream Battletech match. This is Clan Wolf's mech. Yup. Lance Leader. He earned a promotion. This is what's happened. In the, oh, I saw that. Strigoi. I don't know what that means. It's probably something, And I don't know, something. I wish I could freehand smaller. I would put that across the base. Actually, you know what we can do? Clav's probably cringing over there. He's like, watch out for the toes!
We are the Emperor's chosen.
Hey, Colby, thank you for the sub, man. I appreciate it. We're checking out a mech that Clan Wolf painted for me. This is Clan Wolf as a merc for hire, a mercenary who's been employed by the MFA to come do our bidding, to point his gun at what needs pewing, to pew pew and shoo shoo, shoo him, hippity hoppity, get off of the property. That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. But yeah, thank you, man. That is number 19 for the month. 19th sub. Thank you. I appreciate that. Muchos gracias. Alright, let's see. Let's update our stuff here. That is number 19. And Mr. Kevin, how are you? I know I saw you chime in, but how are you doing? Alright, so. Yeah, there we go. So now I don't forget his name. Streetboy. So yeah, so this will be Clan Wolf in as his unique pilot for the MFA, and I think after our last game in the shenanigans, he earned a veterancy. He went from being a normal little mech warrior to going out on his own. He got promoted. He earned his pay and slides in in his Marauder. He earned it, and now he's a wee little mech warrior who does things on his own. He just happens to be working with us. That's what he do. That's what he do. Yeah. He said it was vampire. But yeah, thank you, Clan Wolf. I appreciate that, man. That's awesome. I shall display him with my army with pride. With pride. He looks pretty good. Good on the shelf right now. What's up, Daff? And Kevin, hopefully the COVID stuff will get a reprieve sometime next year, early the better if we can, and be able to actually do stuff at the shop again. That would be great. I'm gonna throw a picture up on the Discord, Clan Wolf, and this is what he sent me. Hobby Showcase. Look what that clan sent me. Let's see here. If I could actually type here. There we go. Cool. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. Flash and Dash, how are you doing, man? How you doing? All right. So, for everyone who's tuning in, we just got done opening a box the old Clan Wolf sent me with a cool little Zerg plushie guy. And this old battle mech, I took a picture and put it up in the Discord as well. This is a Marauder 2. Clan Wolf is now commandeered. He has assumed control. Assumed control. Ready to pew pew. That's a chunky boy, though. That's chunky. But Flash, that's awesome to hear, man. Awesome to hear. I'm not doing too bad. A little tired as usual, but not doing too bad. Not doing too bad. So for everyone in stream, we're going to continue making some forward progress on the stuff we've been working on lately, which is namely getting our lance done, which is, you guys know me, it's taking a minute. Nothing I do is fast. I don't paint fast. I tried. I did try. And, you know, we did some dry brushing and all and whatnot on the armor. And then I have still managed to find a way to take forever. As I do. As I do. And, Snoofy, I saw you said that the dice tray came together. Everything go together fine? Do you have any troubles? Sometimes the acrylic can be a little finicky to work with. Okay. And Kevin, I haven't posted many updates in the DRD group because it's mostly just Austin sees everything I do at the shop, and most of the people in the group are probably less interested in what I'm doing. Oh, good, Snoofy, good. But I did. I've been working on my own buildings for Battletech to be able to sell them through DRD at some point. So here's one of my buildings I was working on yesterday. And thank you for the like on Facebook, John. I appreciate it. I've come a long way in a month. I started a month ago, and I've made a whole bunch of little buildings. And I've had him be as hands-off as possible, so that I'm learning maximum. So yeah, coming together pretty nicely. I like it. I really like the back. That's pretty neat. Turned out nicely. Turned out quite nice. Quite nice. I like it. Alright, now, back to the show. Back to the things we need to be doing. Namely, trying to make some forward progress on painting. Okay. Let's start mixing up our paints again. And if you guys have gotten any forward progress on some hobby stuff and you'd like to share, I encourage you to throw up a picture in the Instagram, on the Discord, in the Facebook. Share with us. Let's see what you've come up with. How your hobby progress has been going. I really think this is just not dark enough. I think we're just gonna skip that color. And these are the colors I want. That is dark blue. It's dark gray blue. Painting a ukulele. Isn't that for somebody we both know? Isn't that a Christmas present? I feel like you said it was. Okay. Well, nice, Embassy. Gaming laptop by chance? Very cool. Alright. Well, it's still some technology nonetheless. Well, that's good. You can see my beautiful face in the higher quality now. Woo! Hey, that's pretty awesome, man. Thank you. Also, fun fact, that reminds me of the turtle doves from Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. Yep. That is pretty cool, man. Now I get to tell Amanda. She's going to be like, that guy. I thought so, but it makes sense. Also, Home Alone Lost in New York was one of my favorite kids as a movie. Favorite movies as a kid. Mm-hmm. I mean, Clan Wolf did Zergling Rush on Sunday. He jumped on everything. I think that was not quite enough. Okay. We're gonna mix up some of our stuff on the wet palette here. Alright, my palette looks a little bit better than yesterday. Yesterday this looked like an absolute dumpster fire. Today, it only looks like a trash fire. Alright, so, let's see. Yesterday we were working on blending up his arm. So we're going to try our best to get back to doing a little bit more of that. Okay, so while that's wet, ooh, my eyes. I want to focus. Okay. 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 So any of you guys got big plans for the holidays? Anything cool you're going to be doing? Any big plans? Clearly, currently, you're hanging out with me. That's at least one cool thing. Hopefully. Marginally. A little bit. A little bit. Do I get some credit? Okay. For bias, Sam serves, how you doing? Brother, sorry, did not speak when you came on. Hands were a little full at the moment. That is what I'm working on. Base colors. Yeah, give me just a second. Let me get some of this color down real quick, and then we'll pop on over and check out what you got to share with us today. Okay. Let's see here. Nice. What's up, Lando? Yeah, John, that would be awesome, man. If you guys are not following Hobby Dad Gaming, popping over, hit that follow button, show some hobby love. Lando, I'm not doing too bad. Doing some painting. Currently checking out what 4Bias is working on. I'm not familiar with this dragon, but that's a lot of dragon heads and looking pretty cool. That's huge, man. Yeah, this is 4Bias here. I like them brush strokes in the background. Very nice. See a little Pro Acro hiding there, too. I spoke to Austin about the paint rack as well for Bias, and he had a conversation with Jason about us doing wall-mounted racks for him. So what we might do is work with you to do something as the prototype. And then talk to him about those designs and, you know, show him photos of what we did for you and be like, these are proofs of concept, they work. Do you want to make changes, or are these work for you? And then, you know, that way you've got something that works, and it also works as creating a new product for us too, for him, which would be pretty cool. So yeah, but very cool, man. I'm digging it. That is a huge ass model, though. I do not envy the process or the progress you're going to be making on it, or the time invested to paint it. It is huge. I can't imagine trying to get that under my camera here. And also, Lando asks if that is Tiamat. Is that actually who that is? Okay. Nice. You know me, like to help all. Yay. Is Ma'al Drakar, yes, Tiamat. Gotcha. Yeah, I hope Just Be Lurking is doing some... Nice! Very cool! Well, Flash, if you decide you do want to chat, you got us here. We here. And I should have known Lando would know where things are. And Lando, I opted not to get those books. I really wanted to, but like, that was an extra I think it was going to be $150 to get all of them, and I had to not spend the money. I need to save it. But I did look. I've still got them on my watch list on eBay. Yeah. I did find out 2 of the Battletech books I had traded for have not a lot of value, but a little bit of value to them, between the $25 and like $50 range or so. Which was good to know, should I decide to trade them for something more useful, because they're older books, so there's some stuff in there, but nothing like modern, so to speak. So, yeah, that was good. I posted in the a couple of Battletech groups to get some information about them. No, very cool. You guys with your D&Ds. I have very limited experience with D&D. I wanted to do more, but I've never been able to get involved with, aside from one campaign that lasted a session, never been able to get involved with a group. Yeah, I need to start setting up some time for myself to actually be able to do this kind of thing. That's another thing. Back when I had time, I didn't have anyone to play with, and now that I have time, I'm getting invited to something. So I need to set aside like an evening that's like I'm taking this evening to do stuff I want to do evening, you know, game night or whatever. Because right now I kind of just work. Nice. Yeah, the only campaign I played in for D&D, I played a Dwarven Monk. And I died in our first session. That was half because the GM was an idiot with the things he was doing and allowing the other people to do. It wasn't like I was just running in to die on purpose and be stupid. Like he was doing dumb shit. Our GM was an idiot. He also allowed people to do really stupid stuff. Like he didn't wrangle the group very well, basically. So you had some of us who were very new, who didn't know what was going on, and one guy who had a character that had literally had skills from like 10 different books. He was some kind of dragonborn something or other, and was try-harding. And it's like, dude, you don't gotta be a murder hobo. You don't gotta flex your D&D nuts, so to speak, bud. Like, you got it. You know more than I do. I just want to play a game. Yep. Back in the day. Yeah, I might take you up on the offer. I just gotta get some time set aside. It'll probably be a little easier once COVID clears up, and I know that sounds silly because it's online, but Friday nights was the game night at DRD, and it no longer is because of COVID, so no one's meeting up. So we work. When COVID is clear, Friday nights will become game night again, and I will likely be working, if I work Friday, working during the day instead of in the evening, which means my evenings for Fridays will be open to do whatever hobbying or gaming I want to do, most likely. But that'll be super helpful once that hopefully transpires. Who knows how long it's going to be, but hopefully. Yep. I tried really hard to convince the GM to restrict us to just the core rulebook, because this guy had all the books and all the PDFs and all the stuff, and we didn't. And I don't know what I'm doing. So it's like, if we could just play out of the core rulebook, it's like playing Battletech. We could play Alpha Strike or we could play Total War and be basic. And then once we learn the game, then let's open it up to all the other tech and the new shit and all the crazy banana stuff. But if one person is, or not one person, in this case we'll say one, but it was a couple of us are new. And one guy wants to be the guy who wants to stroke the E-peen and be like, I know all the things and I have all the books and my mech's going to smash everything in one hit. It's like, we don't know what's going on. We could play out of the core book and you're still going to have knowledge and be good and show us up, whatever. But the GM let him do it, and he wouldn't listen. We're like, we're new. We don't need all the books. The core rule book's fine. We just want to have a basic, fun adventure. That's all we need. It's all we need. And he wouldn't do it. My Star Wars DM was a lot better. He did try a little hard to make sure people were happy, which in general I don't think is necessarily a bad thing, but you know, sometimes the dice are what they are. I personally, some people disagree, but I personally don't mind if a GM has GM discretion and he rolls behind a GM screen and he makes some decisions that the dice may not support. You know, in your first session, the first monster you roll up on rolls a nat 20 and kills the guy in his first campaign ever, and he just spent 5 hours making a character, and the GM's like, nah, okay, he'll get injured, you know, and he fluffs it because no one saw that dice roll. Like, I'm okay with that personally, because the GM, in my opinion, he's the manager of the campaign, the manager of the story, and he is helping guide where the cool story goes. So pulling some punches or making some executive decisions as the producer of the show, I'm okay with it. But my Star Wars GM was trying really, really hard to just make everyone happy. So he was pulling punches and not doing certain things he should have been doing, and then letting people get away with stuff later on. Early on, he was fine. The campaign was actually a lot of fun, but we had, I've talked about this before, we had a guy who was exploiting some traits for his Jedi and basically became unkillable. And FFG FAQ'd that, or errated it, one or the other, or both, and said, yeah, these combos yield this kind of result on the tabletop, and this is not the interaction we intended. No. And the GM said because the guy already spent points in this campaign, he's going to let him keep doing it. And I was like, dude, he can't die. With that combo, he will never die. There is no repercussions for any actions he takes, and therefore there is no reason for us to ever do anything. We'll just send the Jedi in and let him kill everything, and we won't die. Or we might, he won't, and the campaign story is now over because there's no repercussions, no severity, no penalties for anything we do. And he wouldn't do it, and at that point our campaign fell apart because the Jedi was invincible. Yep. So it's very unfortunate. But I had a lot of fun up to that point, though. My character, again, we've talked about this till blue in the face, but I'll talk about it again. My character was a bounty hunter, bodyguard, and Damon Viridian, I believe was his name, and was super fucking fun. A lot of fun to play that character. It's basically like a smart-ass Boba Fett, sort of. I didn't look like that. I wasn't wearing Mando armor, but you get the kind of idea of being a bounty hunter by saying it that way. Yep. Yeah, and then, like I said, up until the point that he refused to enforce the errata or FAQ that the Jedi was exploiting, the campaign was good. I'd still play with him again today. I like him pretty good. The guy that GM'd my the one D&D I played in, no real interest in playing with him. He was not my favorite person to begin with, but I liked a lot of the people that were playing, so I gave it a shot. You know, maybe I was judging him poorly, you know. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. My guy was a more outgoingly sarcastic smartass. Likely should have got me in more trouble in the campaign than it did. I did have to tell the GM sometimes, I'm like, yo, it's okay if you shoot my character. He is about to die. I understand. I will not be upset. I'll make a new one as long as I feel like I'm going out in a cool way and you didn't just, like, nuke me on purpose. Like, I'm okay with it. Do what you gotta do, man. I'm a bodyguard. I knew what was gonna happen when I started this character. There's an inherent risk to dying. And he was still very nice to me. And I'm like, oh, man, it's okay. I don't mind it. Do what you got to do with your story. I agree. I agree. But over the next few years, Star Wars video content on Disney Plus is gonna blow up. We got so many shows coming. It is exciting. We're in the like golden age of Star Wars now. And I absolutely love Mandalorian. If that hasn't been painfully obvious on my streams. Yep. Yeah, I agree. I think that they have, if they didn't learn that the Mandalorian, the style that Mandalorian was done in, the story, the way they handled it, if they didn't learn through that, like, that is the way forward, then they didn't learn anything. And we are doomed. But I think that, I think Disney is a business, and they have seen what good storytelling and good characters and all that can do. And I feel personally, we've talked about this a little bit yesterday, I feel like Mandalorian did not pander. I think it was just a good show with no ulterior motives that we weren't seeing. Whereas I think the new films were a little bit, they had different motives for some of the things they were doing. My opinion, of course. For what that's worth. Most people here know I'm not a fan of. I gave episode 7 a pass. I'm not a fan of 8 or 9. I would give 7 a bit more of a pass if 8 and 9 weren't trash. In my opinion, that is, of course. Others are welcome to theirs too. I loved Rogue One, though. Rogue One is my favorite Star Wars film. I thought that was amazing. Oh, yeah, I finished it. Yep. I'm just not spoiling it on stream, so please don't. But yeah, I'm caught up. Embassy. Daff mentioned that yesterday, and yes, I think that is a bit of a consensus with people as well. Yep. This kind of comes down to a good way to do things and a not as good way to do things, I suppose. And I really would say. I noticed, and my fiance definitely noticed because she pointed out as soon as it happened, and I was like, yeah, okay, I gotcha. I do think Mandalorian is, for me, saving Star Wars. Not everyone's gonna agree with that, but it is. It's what's kept my interest in it after the last 3 movies, personally.
Squad morale restored.
Hey, Cargain, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Appreciate you popping in and hanging out with us today. What's up, Dragon? How you doing? Welcome back. Old Clan Wolf sent me a Christmas present. I got a little Zergling, and he sent me a painted mech. Give me a second, and I'll throw it on the screen for you. Yeah, I mean, I liked episodes 1, 2, and 3 good enough. I liked 4, 5, and 6 good enough. I enjoyed Solo. I think it got shit on because of the time it came out. I think if it came out not around episode 7 or 8, it would have been received better. I personally think. I would have liked to have gotten more of it. I love Rogue One. It's my favorite Star Wars movie. Star Wars 8 and 9 were shit. Mandalorian's great, in my opinion. Yeah. And I've watched some videos talking about Adam Driver and stuff that was supposed to be in the films that got pulled. I won't get too far into it, but there is a lot of content from Ben Solo perspective that was pulled for stupid reasons. And it would have fleshed out his character and made Kylo Ren more interesting. He still would have been a villain, but he wouldn't have just been a whiny baby. For example, there was a fight scene where he fights Palpatine before he falls. And that was all choreographed. They did the scene and they cut it. And basically, like Adam Driver was upset with Star Wars because he had done all these scenes and they pulled most of them. And they only left the ones that kind of made him look like a whiny baby and was awful. Anything that shed any power on him was removed. And the same for other characters who were similar. I'm trying to be vague. So... but anyways, Dragon, Clan Wolf sent me this today. Painted it up. Yep. I think they should have let the Skywalker name die when she took it up. I thought it was silly. If they were going to do it as Skywalker, I think it should have been from Ben's perspective. But that's me. Yeah, it's a custom thing he did. It is very similar to Widowmaker's. He's got a Night Lord's decal on there, and its name is Strigoi, which is German for vampire. So that's Clan Wolf. There I see him. Yep, I thought it was pretty cool. So now I've got mechs from 2 people from the community that they painted for me. I've got a Lance from Joe, Fallback from the stream, who he painted up for me. And I've got a unique mercenary model to represent Clan Wolf in my forces. Take it easy, Embassy. Thank you for popping in and hanging out with us today. I hope you have a good day. And if I don't catch you again before Christmas or whatever holiday you may celebrate, I hope it's awesome. Hope you have a good day, good time, friends, family. Stay chill. Be happy. Be happy. Okay. Let's grab our slightly nicer brush here. Okay. Getting a little bit of shark fin in there. I see that. I seen that. That was not what we wanted. That was too much right there. Okay. He getting there. He getting there. It helps when I can actually, pull a straight line, which I promise you I can sometimes, but apparently not today. Okay. Okay. Well, welcome back. I'm glad that I could provide some level of entertainment during your boredom. I think the glaze really pulls this together. Oh, let's see. I got some news this morning about health. Let me start with I am thankful for getting the reason finally, and now I can do things to make my life easier. I've been losing the ability to walk/stand for the last few months and could not determine why. Well, as you know, testing yesterday, it has come back that I have arthritis encasing my spinal cord. I will talk to a neurosurgeon to see what, if anything, can be done. If not really, then I'll get to pick out a souped up wheelchair. Man, you don't strike me as the type of person that wants sympathy. So I don't say this to placate or anything like that. But man, life has a way of shitting on you, dude. And I'm sorry. Like, I know it's not anything I can control, and I'm sure you would be like, don't worry about it, it's not your fault, and life happens, and you'll put on that happy face and be positive as you try to do, and I respect that. But also, man, sometimes you just gotta acknowledge when you see some dumb shit, and dumb shit keeps happening to you, and I'm sorry, man. That really sucks, dude. But I'm glad that you're handling it as best you can and trying to be positive, but my God. It's to a point now that you almost feel like someone's picking on you or something, you know? I don't know if that... You might not feel that way, but I just feel like between you and my buddy, you know, Wheels, like, you guys keep having, like... You get the short end of the stick a lot, and I really hope that the coming around goes around in regards to the good stuff. I mean, that is fair. If you got to get a wheelchair, you got to get the badass one. That is fair. And you know, people like yourself and Wheels that I talk to who are in shitty situations seem to say the same thing. You know, I'd rather it be me than someone else who can't deal with it, you know. And I tell you, it takes a certain willpower, and I don't know how you guys do it, but I'm thankful that you're able to. You should really give people in life some motivation and strength to see others who, despite the adversity they're facing, are still making it work, you know? Something inspiring about that. And Wheels might not realize it. I know he's not been around a lot. He's going through his own stuff right now. Not mentally, he's fine. He's just got some stuff going on. But he keeps his spirits high, and I worry about him sometimes, but he does. And he's got that willpower, and I envy the mental fortitude that you guys have. But at the end of the day, despite anything that's going on, I hope that you know that I care, and I want you to be happy regardless of what life throws your way. And I appreciate you guys continuing to support me and to be good friends. You know, all things considered, you guys got your own shit you're going through, and you still make the time to hang out with me and support what I do, and that's also bananas. You know, I find that people that are often have the least to give and in the worst situations are the most giving and caring, and that's pretty freaking awesome. Yeah, man. You probably have them. So we'll start my wet palette. Now, caveat, these have separated. You can do what I'm doing with these, but ProAcryl has a habit of separating. So we'll do a quick mixy mix here. So you can see the difference in the blue. It's not as dark as that. It's just separated so it looks black. When you mix it and get the pigment mixed back up, you get that dark blue. It's going to be that way on all these. They're going to be a slight, like these look the same. They're not. That's like gray blue. You can see that one really brightens up a lot. This one hasn't separated quite as bad, but it is a lot lighter than the one next to it. And this is the thing, if you're using a wet palette with ProAcryl, you're going to get separated paint like that. It's going to happen. This will happen on my these over here too. So this is ProAcryl, and I mix a lot of paint on here, and it separates really bad. That's the same, that blue and that blue, that's where the pigment and the stuff have split. There are other paints on here that haven't done that. Some of theirs do that pretty rough. But ProAcryl is the worst one I have that separates. I was talking about this on stream a while back, and Handley was telling me that Jason Craze, these are his paint line, he uses a dry palette. Interesting. He uses a dry palette from what Handley was telling me, and he doesn't use a wet palette with his paints. But these do react differently than normal acrylics do. So like I've never really had that issue with my Reaper paints or my Citadel or my Scale 75. It doesn't mean this is bad. It just means that when you're using it, you have to, if you do what I did and you get it too wet or too thin, or you thin it and it starts to happen, whatever happens, this stuff reacts differently than normal paint that I use. So I'm used to it. So I just, when I go to grab a little paint, I mix a little bit on the edge and I go. I'd rather it be here in this consistency, and I mix it and I go, and then to have it dry out. You know, so that's me. Everyone else's palette and taste is going to be a little bit different, but to someone who's uninitiated and is used to thinning Vallejo or Citadel, Scale, whatever, Reaper, they may see this and be like, oh shit, it's messed up. It's not. You just grab a little bit and you just mix and get it in your paintbrush and you're fine. You just got to get them together. I mean, that's fair, Javasuko. If I painted faster, it would be all right. So what's up, Cake Fisk? How you doing, man? How you doing? So in order, what I got here though, for bias on the left here, this is dark blue. The one next to it is dark gray blue. So I'm fading those into each other. The one next to that is blue. The one next to that is sky blue. And the final one over here is gray blue. And it's going from darkest to lightest. You probably don't need all those. But I've got all that on my palette. And basically I start with the dark blue into, I've got to read the names here, the dark gray blue. So like dark blue, dark gray blue fade into the regular blue. And then I use the sky blue as a highlight, and then the gray blue as a highlight on top of that. And then I glaze over it with the blue. When you glaze, you get this kind of consistency here. It's really, really nice. And I'll glaze over that, and then I'll have a little bit of a mix of like sky blue and the blue, which is this one. It's a little lighter, and I'll just fade. And I'm using I usually do 1-to-1, so I have 2 drops glaze medium and 2 drops water. This water's also got flow improver and drying retarder in it. It's a mix that I use. So you'll see, this is just glaze medium on my palette, but I'll put, like these started out as 2 drops of water and glaze, and then 2 and 2, and then I grab a little bit mix, and as this starts to get saturated with paints and stuff, if I need a fresh one, I got it ready and I just go. This isn't necessary. This is just how I paint. It doesn't mean it's the best way to paint because there's better artists out there. This is just the way that I do it, and I'm self-taught. Most of what I know, I've learned how to do it myself. And there's probably a more efficient and faster way to do all the things I do, and this might be a really terrible way to set up your wet palette, but it works for me, and it's my tool, so I'm going to do what I do. If something else works for you, do your thing. But in this case for bias, you want to know about the blues, and I went off my side tangent there. That's the 5 blues that I'm using. You could even come in with a little bit of black if you wanted to get it real dark down. Who's still painting that? I'm sitting there licking it off. It's so tasty. Ugh. You could even glaze in a little bit of black on the edge if you want, or mix that black with the dark blue to get a little bit darker if you want to. But I find this consistency next to the black is pretty good. I like it. And as Sam Lins would say, it's it'll look bad until it doesn't look bad, or something like that is what he says. So it was looking pretty shit earlier, and then I finally got some fading and some highlights, and boom, started to pop for me. So pretty happy with where we're at right now. I'm going to glaze a little bit more, and then we'll highlight up and start working on the side of his leg. Try and get some work in on that. And Cake Fisk, is it because of where you're located? I think Element Games now carries Pro Acryl. So if you are in the UK and you're interested in picking it up, I think that is the UK store of choice for most people. I don't know if Wayland Games has it, but I'm pretty sure Element Hobbies does, or Element Games. So if you're in the UK, check that out. Alternatively, if you do happen to order from the US, we have a referral link and a coupon code that'll save you a little bit at least. Yep. Oh, that's fair. Well, I tell you what, man. Do they do import fees on gifts? I know. I mean, your tax people aren't going to be sitting in my stream, so I don't mind saying this stuff. If you want to work with me and order some stuff and have me direct ship it to you, if you want to cover shipping, and I'll list it as a gift from me. There'll be no invoice. It won't be a product. It'll just be like a Christmas gift or birthday gift or whatever. If that actually does save you some money, you let me know. I'll anything I could do to help facilitate getting stuff to you, I will try and do my part. You just let me know. I know that's circumventing the taxes a little bit, but if there's nowhere in your country that's selling the product, it kind of sucks, you know. Somebody might be offended by that, but basically, if I can help people get some hobby time in, I want to. Like, I want you using products that you like, and especially after shipping stuff to Studio J7 and Mohawk Miniatures from DRD, and they got dinged. They got dinged so bad on the import taxes. It was awful. I felt horrendous for them. Oh, that's fair. But yeah, I think it was either Mohawk or Studio. One of them paid almost as much in import fees to Britain as the product actually cost. And I was like, holy crap, man. It was, that was pretty awful. And that is why we don't do a lot of business overseas. We want to. We are happy to ship to the UK and abroad, but the shipping fees plus the import taxes is, it's a killer for most of our international supporters. We have wanted to get into international distribution or stores, but we've not had anyone that wants to stock it. It's a bit expensive, and to make it profitable for them, they'd need to stock a lot of it, and it just hasn't happened. But we are in the talks, this isn't going to help you international guys, but domestic. We're in the talks to have Noble Knight Hobbies, or Noble Knight Games, stocking our products, which is huge. They're a pretty big online store. right up there near Miniature Market in terms of size, and that's a huge deal for us. I reached out to them, and not only is it a huge deal for us, huge deal for me, because that'll be my first major store wholesale client that I've reached out to, and I get a bonus check for that, which is really good for me, but also really nice that we're kind of, if that deal comes through, we're elevating, like we're stepping up our game. We're now being stocked in an actual like big retail store. That's really awesome. If we could get into Element Games, Whaling Games, and Miniature Market, maybe even Dice Head, like we'd be doing pretty all right. But we'll get there when we get there. Yeah, I told Studio next time we'll try and ship it through me and not as a business thing, because he basically got the products for free. We sent it to support his stream, so I mean he paid almost what he would have paid had he bought them himself, but it was a gift from our company to support his stream. It helps us, it's advertising obviously, but also helps him produce content. Like I'm kind of the go-to guy for helping sponsor streams and YouTubers. That's why I reach out to a lot of people and take recommendations from people, and if I know you and we got a good vibe, we're going to try to help you out. So it does help us, but also like we want to see you making good content too. You know, I like you, so we got, you know, that good connection there, and I felt bad, so. I'm pretty sure I've emailed Dice Head before. I don't think they actually got back to me. I reached out to Miniature Market, Noble Knight Games, or Hobbies, and I'm pretty sure Dice Head. Yeah, it looks like we did some branded stuff for them for an event. Yeah, we sponsored an ATC event last year, but they never did stock our products. They never responded about that, unfortunately. Cake, you're probably not wrong. Yeah, I forgot about the Brexit stuff. Yeah. Well, Dragon, I appreciate it, man. If you do happen to pick up any stuff, I know it's a shameless self-plugs, but 10% off right there, man, if you decide to pick up any of our stuff, which includes the Battletech, if you pick any up. Yeah, I spoke with Clan Wolf after Sunday's game, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned this to you yesterday, Dragon, but he recommended us maybe trying to network with you and Memoff before our next Battletech outing, and see if we might be able to coordinate some Discord chats and see if we click, how things go, and maybe invite you guys to live voice chat comms before the next game, because you guys were so active during the last one. You know, it is a show, so we got to make sure everything clicks and everyone's on board with what's going down, but that might be pretty cool, man. So food for thought in the event you're around for the next one. And Dragon, if you're supporting Dice Head, are you native to? I think they're in Virginia. Is that your neck of the woods? Oh, you talking about the street bases? Oh, Dice Head's in Tennessee. Okay, I thought they were in Virginia. I know Virginia used to be where Spiky Bits was, and Dice Head took over kind of his place in terms of selling products. I thought so. Oh, nice. Well, Dragon, if it hasn't been apparently clear, I'm in North Carolina, so not too far from you. Yeah. So, how many BattleTech bases do you need, Dragon? Yeah, we're talking about like next year if COVID's under control, having a tap meetup at DRD and plan a week of hangouts where every day we come hang out and we do stuff. So yeah, that's a definite possibility. The reason we don't have them for sale is they are particularly expensive. But I tell you what. If you place an order, and you order that Hex City bundle, leave a note. I'm not trying to pressure you, but if you do, and you order, just leave a note and just say, hey, mention me. Just say Amp or Justin or both, whatever. Mentioned hooking you up with some of the samples of the street bases, and just post that in there, and I'll cut them for your order and send out some samples for you. The reason they didn't make it up for retail is the cost. They take a lot of raster time to cut the bases, and it made them cost prohibitive. We felt for the average consumer. It was expensive, and we thought most people would just be like negative. We aren't going to spend that money on this. Yeah. I have felt guilty for how much I've spent on hobby stuff recently. Like I bought my transport bag for my Battletech, and I felt so guilty about it, and I didn't even want to talk to my fiance about it because it was expensive. And then she asked me about it, and I told her, and she's like, "Hey, you work really hard for your money. You do what you want with it." And I was like, "Okay." Like, I think she's of the mind that as long as our bills are paid and I'm not neglecting her, do whatever I want to. I also think she would also not want me to tell her that I don't want her spending money on her hobbies. You know what I mean? Like, it's my thing. She has her thing, and we do what we do. And I respected that. I was like, okay, I don't feel quite as bad now. Thank you. I mean, that's fair. That seems to be the most thing. Did you want some photos, man? Yeah, if we get an opportunity to snap some photos at the shop, I'll take some for you. Yeah. Let me zoomage here, man. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Be safe, man. Be safe. Okay, let's see here. Fire off some pictures of Clan Wolf real quick. All right. Back to where we were. $80, $72 if you use my coupon. Yep. Hang on one second, guys. Okay, I had a question. All right, but yeah, I think, I think the two bundles together is like, or the building and the bundle is like 95. So yeah, minus 10% with my code. Not bad at all. I might be a little biased to the coupon code too, because, you know, it helps support me, but also 10% is 10%. I want it to be a little bit more saturated in the corners. I'm hoping one day I'll be able to pressure you guys into buying some of my terrain. I've been keeping all of my designs, or prototypes, but I'm quickly getting to a point where I have a lot of them in this box, and I'm thinking about doing giveaways or something with them for Battletech fans, because you know, keeping the milestones is good, but I don't know if I want to keep all these things. This is a lot of stuff. Or I'll just literally waffle that like 5 times before I finally just let it hit the floor and pick it up. Good job. Okay. Might be good to start doing some highlights. Nice. Yeah, I think at my pledge level I get a copy of that book PDF for free. Which, by the way, today's the last day to get in as a late backer or to update pledges for Battletech. So, if anyone was interested and missed the boat, today is the last day. I had to resist the urge to add books, and also had to resist the urge to buy books from eBay because I may have spent too much on holiday stuff and need to not spend more. So we'll get that stuff another time. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal. I did take some of my paycheck a few weeks back, and I did add on I think it's the Clan Wolf books that Michael Stackpole wrote that are on there. They're like $15, and I was like, okay, I could do that, and I can read more about the faction or the clan faction that I've pledged myself to as it is. So I thought that would be cool. But I'm super excited with how this whole Kickstarter is shaken down, and I hope that Battletech continues to thrive and do better with this. And honestly, if they had to do another Kickstarter to keep the momentum going as they try and grow and compete, I'm okay with it, and I would support that one too. I'm pretty pumped to get more Battletech going. I think GW needs some more competition. I think there's plenty of games out there, but there's some room for some Battletech growth, and I wanna see it. I wanna be a part of it. A Java, a Dragon, I don't actually have a recipe. It's bad. I didn't write anything down. This is a problem. This is why if you get art from me, you get a mini, there is some degree of uniqueness to it because, there's some degree of uniqueness because every time I work on a mini, it's different. The paint process is different. These guys, if I painted that blue again next week, it's going to be slightly different because of the way I paint. So my Clan Wolf Bros, I can't remember exactly what black I used. I think it was coal black from Peracryl, and then I think I did. I think it was a little bit of blue black. I think it was a little bit of blue black, and then I think I hit it with a little bit of it's either dark warm gray or a mix of dark warm gray and that's titanium white. Where's the oh, there's it might have been dark warm gray or dark warm gray mixed with a little bit of bright neutral gray, but it was a little bit of a lighter gray, or it could have been that's dark neutral gray, dark warm gray. It might have been dark. I don't know. I took basically a lighter gray across the top, and then I do remember ish the mix was Tenebrous blue, one part that from Green Stuff World to 4 or 5 parts Opulentus black, I think is what it's called. Ink, and then I thinned that down a little bit. I don't remember the ratio. It might have been 1-to-1 after that mix with a little bit of water and glaze medium or whatever. But basically to tint the whole surface with a light, very, 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 very faint hint of blue, which is it's not very strong. And then black. And then the beige here is I think it's bright ivory with ivory over the top. And I appreciated with Walnut Brown from Green Stuff World. Sprayed the light color from the top, so it was ivory and then bright ivory, or bright, was it ivory and then bright ivory, I think, because I think this is the lighter one. And then it was not black Simplar, right in front of me. Wildwood, I think it was mixed 5 parts medium to 1 part wildwood, give or take 5 or 6 parts. It's very, very thin, and then I went over the surface with this. And then I started highlighting with ivory. So my Timberwolf here. So I started highlighting with ivory, and then I think I mixed a little bit of white in with the ivory for some of the really high spots. And then for highlights on that stuff, I went back in by hand with the blue-black, and then worked my way up through the grays from Pro Acryl and mixing them. So I think it was like 2 parts dark warm gray to 1 part bright neutral gray. You get this lighter gray, and then I think it was like 1-to-1, and then just this one as a bright highlight somewhere in there. The mixes vary a little bit, but you'll see that kind of transition to that bright one. And they're really, really thin, and they're very, very small highlights, and they're thin layers as well. This one's got, his highlights are a little bit thicker, but they're kind of almost like glaze highlights, so they fade. Achilles Blade, today is the last day for the Kickstarter. And Javasuko, if you want to get the starter box, man, you don't have to go through the Kickstarter. I'm just going to link you to Amazon, but this is so you have the product name. Miniature Market, Atomic Empire's local to me. They got it for 48. Green Parrot of New York has it for 36. I'll link you to that one. I've ordered from them. I just haven't got my package in yet from Green Parrot. I ordered some stuff that they got from the Kickstarter. It's going to be well. But that Green Parrot's near you too. It's New York, so that's not too far away. Barnes & Noble's got it, but they're not going to be discounted probably. Yeah, $60 for Barnes & Noble's. They've got it there. I'm sure Miniature Market's got it. Yep. Miniature Market's got it. It's out of stock though for $45 for Miniature Market. So you can find it online. There's no need to get that box off Kickstarter because you're gonna wait forever on shipping, and you can just order it online. If you want the Clan Invasion box, then yeah, you can get it online. But if you're not worried about it, you can order it from the Kickstarter. But if you want the Inner Sphere stuff, which has got the catapult you're interested in, that's the box you want. The blind boxes are from the Kickstarter. Those are salvage boxes, and it's stuff from Wave 1. Anything from Wave 1 is game. So any of the Clan mechs and Inner Sphere, I'm pretty sure Inner Sphere mechs too, can be in those boxes. So if you get those for 10 to 15, that's not I think they were like $8 or $9, maybe $10. I think it's $8 on the Kickstarter. So the places selling them are making a little bit of money, but you will get some random stuff from those, and they'll come with Alpha Strike cards. So if you like blind pulls, that's not bad. If you could find a blind pull in a legendary salvage legendary box like this one, if you can find one, that's worth every penny. If you got that for $20, you're probably coming out ahead. The legendary box is $25, but you can't get it right now outside of the Kickstarter, and it will only be con exclusive and occasionally on the Catalyst website, so it won't be at retail. So if you can get one of these for less than $20, the mech inside is probably worth more than what you paid on eBay. 15 would be better, but 20 is par for the course. I traded Lando from the stream for this one because he didn't want Carlisle here, and I traded him my Dire Wolf and some 3D printed stuff to sweeten the deal and make it feel like he got something good out of it and didn't just give up his kind of more valuable guy. And then he traded me the Hellbringer because he had one that he didn't need for his Clan Wolf, and this is one of my favorite Clanner mechs. So I wanted one for my Mercs and one for my Clan, so I got two. Nice. And yeah, I've got stuff on order for Clan Wolf and Lando from the Kickstarter, and when those come in, I think I know for sure Lando wanted Korinsky out of the legendary box. There may be an opportunity for me to trade for the other stuff in the box he doesn't want to put into the stream pool or me to paint or whatever. So I got to talk to him when that comes in and see how he's feeling and what I got to offer at the time. And then Clan Wolf's getting a box, and he only wanted the Phoenix Hawk, and I'll do the same. If there's anything in it he doesn't want, I'll talk to him, see if there's any deal he wants to make. If not, I'll ship it to him. But having a stash of mechs here for stream purposes or giveaways or painting is not a bad idea. So that's kind of my thought process. I will have some extras as well. I bought duplicates of 2 boxes. So I will have a handful of Inner Sphere mechs to use for the stream or trades or giveaways or whatever. But I will have a couple. And then I've got a few clan mechs that came from my salvage boxes that aren't as desirable, but I didn't need 2 of them, so they're sitting here for stream purposes or giveaways, trades, whatever as well, when we get around to doing anything with them. Oh, yeah, man. You just let me know when you're ready, and I'll get you the PayPal deets. And I've got your you wanted a shirt, a pin, and I think was it the patch, the shirt, the pin, the patch. They didn't actually have the faction bundles as something you could buy. I had to add the parts individually, which was really stupid. So I think it was the shirt, the pin, and the patch that you wanted. Yeah. I had to look at what was in the faction pack to get it all added. Because I went through the pledge manager looking for faction pack and couldn't find it, so I had to look at the pack and I had to add the contents manually. Silly. And if I recall, I got your size right. I think you said XL. So I got that. I got multiples of that patch coming. I wear a hat frequently that has a Velcro on the front of it. So I have a patch for collector purposes and one to wear out in public and get torn up. Yeah, no problem, man. I don't know why they didn't have it listed, but it was not that hard to add it manually. I mean, whatever. Just went to the shirt, clicked the thing, and it was no big deal. It took like 2 minutes. So yeah, I got multiples of the patch coming, so we'll have yours, and I have an extra one for me coming. I already got the first one. I liked it enough. I'm like, yeah, I want one for my bag and one for my hat, so I got another Clan Wolf one for me. $8 for a patch is a really good deal. I think that's what those were. So it's pretty good, pretty good. Clan Wolf is back! He hath arrived! Let's see here. Whoa, that's not what I want to do. What happened there? I sent you a bunch of photos of Discord. Mr. Clan Wolf, Mr. Clan Wolf. Where is this you got me second guessing, so I'm making sure I added everything that needed to be on there for the faction pack before today's over, because today's the last day to update stuff. So I want to make sure. Alright, where we at here? There it is. Alright, so t-shirt, patch, pin. Got it. Got it. Hype train for what? Java, let me bring up my pledge manager real quick. Oh, nice. Let's make sure it'll still open. Java, how many blind boxes do you want? I'm in my CrowdOx thing right now. And do you want a legendary box as well? A legendary salvage, I can get you the prices on. Just tell me what you want. There we go. They're $6. $6. They can include the following: an Executioner, Timberwolf, Nova, Grendel, Adder, Direwolf, Stormcrow, Shadowcat, Mistlink, Summoner, Gargoyle, Mad Dog, Hellbringer, Viper, or Ice Ferret. That's what's in the salvage box. The legendary one is $7, and it can have a Widowmaker, a Timberwolf, an Archer, or a Marauder. The legendary box is $25. So 7 times 4 would be 28. So it's actually a little bit cheaper to buy the box to get all 4 than it is to buy, you know, legendary salvage boxes. But if you just like opening cool random stuff, we can grab you one and see what you get. But just tell me how many you want. I'll add them on and we can square up whenever you want. Hey, Flash and Dash, thank you for hanging out, man. I apologize we didn't get as much painting done today, but you know we care about you. You know she got a place to make you feel good. You know that somebody, at least one person out there, wants you to be having a good day, and that's me. So, hope you're having a good day. Actually, with you being across the water, I hope you're having a good evening, because I think it's right around 9 o'clock your time. So I hope you have a good night. Rest well. Keep your spirits high, man. Hang on one second. Nice. So you want 5 salvage boxes. Okay. Add another. So 5. That is 30 bucks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you want any of the legendary boxes? There's 7. The salvage boxes are 6. The legendary is 7. I tell you what, Javasuko, if I could pull your arm, if you do 2 legendary and 6 clan invasion boxes, that'll be 50 bucks on the dot. Because 6 times 6 would be 36, and 7 times 2 is 14, and 14 plus 36 would be 50. So if I could twist your arm into getting 6 and 2, it's an even number. Just saying. I feel like I'm peddling here. Oh man. Cool. All right, so 6 and 2. Okay. Plastic crack indeed. They charge tax on me. Those bastards. Alright, that's okay though. Oh, I gotta go grab my card. Hold on. Alright, so let's put in some information here. So let's see here. Okay. Alright. So we got to write down for Java. Where's my notes? Here's my notes. So we got this is Clan Wolf. Now he got a battle Irby and a battle Lance. I'm just gonna put P Hawk so I know which box that was. And Lando got the legendary box and the faction pack, and Java got 6x S box, 2x ledge box. Yeah, so I think you got my PayPal, Java. Whenever you want to do your thing, you do your thing. Okay. So that has been ordered. Nice. Man, I'm ashamed of how much money has gone into that Kickstarter. Not just for me, but like DRD was in on it too. But we have put out a lot. Alright, Cool. Back to what I was doing. Snapping back to reality. Hey, Thorax, what's up, man? How you doing? How's the holidays treating you? How's the hobby time treating you? What you been up to? Hopefully painting. If you haven't been painting, what's up? I want to paint this. Thank you. Yeah. He's this guy's kind of a hodgepodge right now because I did this one as the test. This one was yesterday. This was part of yesterday and today, and then I'm doing the side now, and it's not perfect. But it does match reasonably okay. My process with the paints varies a little bit from session to session. My paint mixes are a little different because I'm just kind of grabbing off my palette. It's why when you use a wet palette for blending and doing what I'm doing, you get some variance in your colors from model to model. And if you're working on one single model, it all kind of works. When you go from model to model or session to session, sometimes there's a little variance. But when you're working on like a bust or a single character or a single model, it's not so bad because your palette's kind of the same every time. But this model compared to my Warhammer, the blues are going to be slightly different shades because I'm mixing on the palette and grabbing what I need. Yo, Steiner! What's up, man? Yeah. If you guys aren't following Steiner Miniatures here on the Twitch, hit that follow button, show some hobby love. How you doing today, man? I found out yesterday that 2 of my Battletech books I traded for aren't particularly rare, but they do have a little bit of value. My Kerensky book and my Comstar book apparently are worth a couple dollars, so to speak. So it might be some good trade fodder. Nice. Well, hopefully it arrives soon. For some reason, I thought it showed up yesterday. Yours was a larger box, though, and did say fragile, so there may be, I don't know, a different sort procedure. Who knows? But that is worth mentioning before hopes get too high and get dashed, potentially. Hopefully that is not the case, but gotta mention it. I know you've been real patient, but at this point, you're seeing other people getting their stuff, and you're like, I want it, I'm ready. Very cool, Thorax. My man, Dark Angels. And yeah, Nick, it's pretty bananas. We also shipped him a computer monitor in his box, so his box was a bit larger than a lot of the stuff we've shipped out recently, so I don't know what the sort procedure is for a fragile large box compared to some of the smaller boxes. Yeah, hopefully we'll also have a little mechy mech session from you at some point. So the next time we play Battletech, maybe some of your models will be on the scene. That would be pretty awesome. But no pressure. I'm still down to trade you too for some mechs and whatnot. It's a matter of finding stuff that I'm particularly excited about, which I've got a list of stuff, but you know what you have and what I'm eyeballing are two different things. So, but I'm sure we'll come to some arrangement, get you some extra DRD stuff, and get some more battle mechs coming our way. Well, in this case, my way. Yeah. But our live stream on Sunday was a lot of fun. Yeah, man. Makes sense to me. Gotta pay the bills, gotta keep the lights on. Would appear I forgot to highlight this guy's foot with the secondary there. Whoops. I mean, that's fair. I do like cool stuff. I know I sent you the list of the Iron Wind stuff I was looking at, and then we talked about that Phoenix something or other that I saw on the Facebook group. I'd never seen that thing before. It looked super dope. But, yeah. Yeah. Went outside to buy some olive oil, yeah. And I spend a lot of time working on highlights on these guys. This will be one stage of it. Then I'll glaze over stuff, and then I'll come back in with one more touch of this bright blue here, just to give it an extreme. Psycho, what's up, man? Thank you for the follow or the like over on the Facebook. I hope you are doing well. I'm stressing over that too much. Just come back in with a little bit of that dark blue in the recess and clean it up. No big deal. Kickfisk, I do the, well, Psycho responds on Facebook, so hi, Psycho. I see it on the screen over there. I also do glazing as well, and actually, I'll show you some grab and paint for my highlight, and then I actually have a little bit of glaze medium here, and I'm getting a little bit of both, so it gets this a little bit thinner, so kind of in the middle. And, Thorax, I think that, you'll probably find a lot of people who wet blend also use glazing to bring it all together. I tried wet blending on this. I'm not super amazing at it, but I use glazing at the end to pull it all together as well for the same kind of reason. Not super happy with how that spot right there turned out. Was a little bit too thick. It's fine. You're not weird. People just do what they do. This is just really quick. There's a lot of people who also don't lick paintbrushes, and I do. I mean, this is pretty messy. My wet palettes get really messy, or my regular palettes get messy. This is just really fast. Instead of going here, I can click here. Like, you'll see if I got a little bit too much paint or the consistency's wrong, it's a little too thin, I'll grab here and do this to get some paint off so it's not so runny. That's basically what I'm doing. I also do that to get a quick tip. Oftentimes you'll see painters wear a glove on their left hand too if they're right-handed, so that they can just pull the glove off when they're done and the paint all goes off with it. I find that the acrylic paints here come off pretty well with a little bit of soap and water and a little scrubbing. Some of my inks, on the other hand, can be a little more aggressive. They don't like to come off as easy. Everyone is weird. That is true. I mean, I've mixed inks with paints. I use inks to glaze over for contrast and shading. It is a thing. If I mix with an ink, though, with a paint, I think it's typically just to, like, adjust opacity and also get some of the intensity up with the colors. Palette's drying out here. Which part are you talking about being less precise? Actually, let's grab our other brush. Oh, that's fair, that's fair. And yeah, some painters don't lick brushes. I know, if I recall, Jason Craze also is not a brush licker, but to each their own. As Nomadic Chris would say, there is always a way, never the way. So the process that works best for you is the process that's best for you, and the process that works for someone else might be the process that's best for someone else. That's the way it is. Yeah, I'm never going to tell someone they have to lick a brush. I'll mention to them the benefits I find with it, and if they want to do it, cool. If they don't, that is on them. No big deal. Okay. Yep. I didn't used to do it. Cakefisk, contrast is a thing. It's a struggle for a lot of people. I struggle with it too. Java, thank you for going to lurk mode and keeping a view here. I appreciate that, man. It is a struggle for a lot of people, and I too struggle with it too. It has a lot to do with your shadows and your highlights, and if you get those paired properly with one dark enough and one light enough, you get this nice transition. The closer they get together, the more muted it might feel. I don't do high contrast very often. I'm not very good at it. Kind of in line with something like Thorax is kind of saying a lot of my stuff is more, I would say, realistic and dull and grim darky, sort of. Mostly because high contrast looks really good on the tabletop, and they're nice transitions. In real life, you're probably not going to have that gradient to that degree, or at least what you see on a lot of high contrast paint jobs. I don't want to mention any painters who do it because I don't want anyone to think I'm slinging shade. I wouldn't be, but there are a lot of mini painters who do it for tabletop wargaming, even to the above tabletop standard, and they look really good. But it looks really good on the tabletop for a reason. So there's a big difference between high contrast and realism. And not that I do hyper realism either, because there is still an overlap. Like, you may need contrast to make non-metallic metal look good, and then you may have non-metallic metal that looks real. Depends on what you're doing. But you'll see oftentimes high contrast in the miniatures world is because on the tabletop it pops. In your hand it'll pop too, but if you take I'm going to use Daff's, or not Daff. I don't want to use someone else's mini. Do I have something here? My legs, there is a palpable transition here in your hand when you're holding it. There is a black to a gray. If you put this on the other side of the table, you're probably just going to see mostly a dark gray or black, and you'll see some gray highlights. You see a lot more of this up close in person. You notice a lot more of what's on there. If I took this and I had it pitch black and really bright gray, and it was a very, very rapid, high contrast transition, you're going to see that transition from across the table. It's going to look really good. Probably look fine in your hand too, but it's very different from what I like to paint. You know, so it depends on the style that you want. And again, that doesn't mean that you won't use contrast for something that is a bit more realistic. Just oftentimes that contrast is pushed to an extreme because on the tabletop it looks really good. You'll also see a lot of that on like Tau and Eldar, that very like high contrast, sharp highlights type thing. But yeah, I struggle with it. My boss man does contrast a lot better than I do. He also does like get stuff ready for the tabletop a lot faster than me too, and that is one of the things that contrast can help with, among other things that it can do for you. Okay. Let's mix up a little bit of some glaze here. I fear that might be too intense of a color. Yep, I think it is. So just thin that down a little bit. Not need quite so much. There we go. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Okay. I paint real slow, and sometimes my quality is questionable regardless. Okay. I'm not too displeased with how this has turned out here. Yeah. Yep. That's pretty bananas. Yep. Yep, I was following his progress on Instagram, and I feel like someone asked him at an early stage how long he had spent, and he'd already spent like 13 hours on a small part. It's like, yeah, that's it's an astounding amount of time, which I understand, because I do crazy stuff too, but that's beyond my level of expertise. Not that I have much expertise in painting, if I'm honest. I paint stuff, and sometimes it looks good. That's kind of where I'm at. At least that's how I feel, anyway. Oh, there you go. This is for me. This one's mine. Yep. I finished my my commission for Wheels, and I've taken some time to work on some stuff for me. We did a live stream this past Sunday for Battletech, and we played against the stream, and I painted up a mech to be present to represent me for that game, and he got blowed up. He got sploded. But it was still a lot of fun. Just wanted a little hint there, not a lot. Don't need much here. I'm not as happy with this little shoulder shield here, but it'll have to do. I didn't get the blend quite as clean as I wanted it to be, but it is what it is. We use the Elegoo Mars. That's what we got. Yeah, I'm not pleased with every blend and highlight on this, but as a whole, I think it's looking pretty cool. If I'm honest. Especially for a style of painting that I'm not particularly amazing at, I'll take it. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, we've been playing around a little bit with our 3D printer. We don't use it a ton yet. We do have some products we've been working on with it, some little greeblies and resin bits and such. But I've printed a lot of models with it, played around. Got some 3D printed mechs and stuff floating around here that I've done, which are pretty cool. Just figured I would trace some of these scratches, make them look a little deeper here. They kind of got faded out with the glazing, so these the ones I got glazed will be a little fainter. Maybe there's some lighter scratches, and these ones that are brighter will look like they're more fresh, deeper, something along those lines. Doesn't have to be crazy, just get a few on there and make it look nice. I find that doing, for me anyway, and other people's tastes may differ, but these types of little like, scratch marks really help sell the model for me, especially with this kind of paint effect, personally. And again, everyone's taste will differ, but I like it pretty good. Having like little scratch marks that kind of give the model a little extra depth or life. Personally, I like it. So now everyone, it's a little bit more contrasty that way as well, because it's pretty. These are pretty bright, maybe slightly exaggerated, but I like them, so I do them. Okay, I think that's probably about all she wrote for the blue. I don't think I want to keep messing with it too much. I don't want to mess anything up at this point. I'm pretty happy with how he has unfolded, how he's come to life here. Pretty pleased. I will put a quick highlight over here. This arm is a little anemic, so we'll hit that with a quick highlight there. Do a quick little something here. Get a little bit of that white, or that light blue. And we'll, this spot did kind of get a little neglected. All right, I'm pretty happy with this. Yeah. Oh, Hybrid Dad Gaming back in here. I'm not sure what Libabina is. Probably, I feel like that's the second time that's been said today. Yeah, in the resin department, having a well-ventilated area helps. Ours isn't too bad. They do make resin specifically that's low odor. That is a thing. That is a thing. But if right now it doesn't work for you, give it a year or two, and I bet you the technology is going to continue to progress because 3D printers have come a long way in a really short period of time. We have a like a $3,500 3D printer that we hardly used, and we just spent $1,000 on, give or take, on 4 more $250 printers, and they are arguably outperforming our $3,500 printer. And that is spending like a 5-year window or so, with maybe even a little bit less, with how rapid the technology has changed. It's astounding. So in a short period of time, I'm sure the printers will get cheaper and the resin will become formulated better to be less odorous, less stinky. Alright, so this is where we are today. I'm not gonna be able to get any more tackled, so that's it. I'm pretty pleased with that, if I'm honest. I was worried I wasn't going to be able to match as well, but I think that looks fairly close. If anything, I could come back and do a little bit of a lighter highlight on the front to match that a little bit, but I think that turned out a lot better. If you guys rewind to the beginning of the stream and look at where we were to where we are now, I think it's a huge improvement. Oh my god. I thought it said something about lick your brush bro. And then I didn't know what... I literally thought that's what it meant. Lick your brush bro. And I didn't know what the NH meant. Yep. Yep. So, but I'm very happy with that. I think that is... I'm pretty excited about it. Because at the beginning, it is so hard. It is so fucking hard to look at this and... look at the start and get motivated, because it looked like absolute trash. Like the leg at the beginning, the front of the leg was fine. The side of the leg looked like ass. The arm looked like ass. Exaggerating the ass. It looked really bad. And And then when you get to the point where you're like, okay, I'm pretty happy with this, it looks way better. If I rewind to the beginning of the stream, I'm like, oh my god, what am I doing wrong? This is horrible. It looks like trash. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. What am I doing? And then all of a sudden, it doesn't look like shit. So, I am right happy with that. I opted not to do the blue stripe up on his pec here. I think we're going to skip that because he's going to have the detail from the checker pattern here. So I think blue on the leg and blue here is fine. We'll still do the gold stripe on his leg. I think that'll be fine. We'll do the alternating checker patterns on this. So probably white and gray or white and black, like pure black on that might be good. He'll stand out. Maybe even, I could do white and gold. That might look good too. We'll see how I'm feeling when I get to it. But I think he's going to look cool. Part of my most recent Lance developments for my MFA. Backed up by, Shorty McShooty. SM. EMS. I would just call him SMS. Shorty McShooty. SMS. Did someone call for an SMS? Pew, pew, pew. Shorty McShooty. Also, he dies. But we got to do him up. We'll get the blue on him, and then we got the Thunderbolt. The Thunderbolt. And that'll be the 3 of the 4 mechs for my Lance. If you guys missed it, the 4th mech, Lance Leader, is a Warhammer from Stratos Minis. So, we got that. And before we wrap up today, I'm going to take a few minutes and do another quick stretch and shout out here. Whew, that stretch felt pretty good. Pretty good. Ugh. Calvin, you sent me too much money, man. Oh, you sent enough for shipping. Got it. Cool. That worked out well. Stupid. Delete. I get so many phishing emails now, it's bananas. Anyways, so I want to take a moment and do a quick community shout out once again for one of the members of our community. So, if you guys missed the beginning of the stream, Clanwolf painted up a mech for me. This is the Marauder 2, and this is Strigoi, if I said it right, which stands for, it's in German, it is vampire. I really like how the little lasers turned out, the blue, the OSL. It's probably my favorite part of the model, if I'm honest. That turned out really good, and then I really like this color here. I don't know why, that kind of gold wash he did, or glaze, or contrast, whatever it was, or might have been gold paint, whatever. That looks really good next to the black. If he was doing a whole Lance or a whole company of these, I think that black with red next to that kind of yellow metal color he's got, it pairs really nice. I don't know why I like it, but I do. But yeah, I really like those. And, he's got, with this really dark model, the PPC area or large lasers, whatever those are, really stand out. So just blasting. But this was really cool. So Clanwolf painted this for me. It didn't get here in time for the battle report, but it is here now. And this is old Clanwolf. He got upgraded. On Sunday, he was DFAing and murdering people in his Griffin, just da-dun. And now, he's in this boy. He has earned a promotion. He's struck out on his own, and he has left the company, the mercenary company, as a lowly soldier and or grunt, and he is now full-on independent contractor mercenary, gun for hire. Clanwolf right here. He's his own bro. He's his own boy. Yep. Pretty cool model. He also had some struggles where a few things broke. I see where I won't draw attention. I know he knows, and I see where he has blended them in, but I think he did a good enough job that most people aren't going to notice, and his arm got repaired when it got here, so he looks really good. With his pending approval, I might throw a couple grass tufts on here to match my basing a little bit. This isn't quite as dark as my stuff is, but I think a couple of my grass tufts might bring the army together, because I've got some beige, or some kind of almost red-brown into beige that I could pop on here and would look perfect. So yeah. Yeah, if that's cool, this is your piece that you painted for me, and I am 99.99% of the time against altering a piece that someone does for someone else. It is, you could do what you want to it, it's your piece at that point, but like, you gave me art, and if this is how you want it to be, I want it to stay that way. Cool. So I'll probably throw a couple grass tufts on here. And just so it matches up. The basing will still be brown versus my more red color, but it'll look good. And I think that'll be add just an extra little layer and look nice. So, but that guy is going into my collection from Mr. Clanwolf. And before we sign off today, I do want to give another quick shout out to him and show he sent me this little guy. It looks like I got some cat hair on it. Kitty hair. This thing. We got more people here now, so I can show it off again. And he sent me this StarCraft plushie. Boop. And it's a Zergling. Show it again. It's pretty cute. So it is. It says Carbot Zergling, official makeshift product. And this is fueled by fans. Cool. But he told me that Zerglings, when they're spawned in the game, are spawned in pairs. And he said that he has one, and he sent me one, and that that means that I'm never alone. You always got the other pair, always got a clan wolf in my corner, and I thought that was pretty fucking cool, if I'm honest. It makes the plushie more awesome than he is cute. So it is pretty awesome. I like it. Yep. Yep. I'll have to find a shelf to put it on. I don't have a lot of space right now. I'm probably going to be thinning down some Funkos. And then I know I'm getting a Baby Yoda for Christmas. A Baby Yoda Build-A-Bear. So I think this will go really nice next to him. Also, I got this my mom gave me for Christmas too. So, hi. What up? Dee. So, pretty cool. But I want to show that off. Clanwolf took it upon himself. Ooh, it's got something else in here. What's this? Is this a certificate of authenticity? It is. Oh, that! You're supposed to sign that. But we'll put it back in there. That's pretty cool. It's got a cooler bag, too. So, yeah. Also, do the little magic hand thing! Do the magic hand thing. It's so cute. This thing is so cute. My mom had a friend of hers made it and sent it to her for one for my sister, one for me, and it is a cute little thing. I'm thinking once I get my man, he's got little toes. He's so cute. I can't stop looking at it. Anyways, I'd have to see if she's into it. If she likes it, we'll watch it. If not, it might be a me thing. But when my Mando suit's done, I'm thinking of seeing if my mom's friend will make, a handful of these so I can put them in the little pouch with the Build-A-Bear Yoda. And I would like to go to like a children's hospital or something and go, they call it trooping, dress up and go and spread some cheer and whatnot. And then when I meet with them, I could pull out the little Yoda and give them one as a gift, to cheer them up and, add a little happiness to their day to, get the Force out there. So I think it's cool, and it's a cute little thing. Like that screams adorable, and it also looks just like something a little kid would like hold on to and fall in love with as a child toy. This really tugs at my my heartstrings of feeling like a kid again. Something about it. It's quaint and it's cute and it's simple, and something about it just feels happy. So I thought I might also elicit the same response from the little kids. Yeah. So yeah. Very cute. Very cute. Yep. If I'm not anything, I'm sentimental and emotional. We know this. We know this. Justin is. Yep. So, anyways, guys, we are to that time of the stream where it is time to sign off and get ready to go. Let's see who we've got out here for potential raid today. See who we got. Mike Disney's on. Mike Disney's on. Very
Cool. All right, guys. So we're going to be heading over to Mike Disney's channel today. It's very rare that I see him online at the same time as me, or around the same time. So we are going to pop on over and hit that raid him. And if you guys happen to go over there in this raid, make sure you hit that follow button, show some hobby love, and let them know who sent you. But before we sign off today, folks, as we always do, I'm going to spread some joy, some positivity, and try and leave you with some happy notes. All right, guys. So we're to the end of today's stream. I'd like to thank all of you for hanging out with me today. A big thank you again to Clan Wolf for the painted mech to represent him and the little Zergling Christmas present. That's what I'm considering that. So thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate you being a good friend and being very supportive of what I do. For everyone else here, and Clan Wolf included, I hope you have an awesome day. I hope the holidays are treating you well. I hope 2020 is going to end on a much better note than it kind of started off on and is cracked up to be. It's been pretty shitty, but I hope we can end on a positive note. Be a little positive, get some hobbying in, play some virtual games if we can, and get some hobby happiness in our lives. As always, I highly encourage you guys to pick up those paintbrushes, put paint to model, and move forward on your projects. Forge those narratives, forge those miniatures, forge those masterpieces, whatever they may be for you. Sometimes the stress, the anxiety, the fears, the worry, the depression of everyday life and approaching our art as well can weigh us down. It can cause us to stagnate, to not pursue our interests, to fall victim to not doing things. Don't allow fear to dictate what you do in this life and in your hobbies. Pursue your interests. Look fear in the face and say, you know what? I'm not going to back down. I'm going to do the things that I want to do. I'm going to paint these models. I'm going to, do whatever it is in life that you want to do. I was going to go on some tangent about jobs and relationships and whatnot, but you know what I mean. Don't be afraid to try and succeed. You have to risk the potential of failure if you want to win at something, if you want to succeed at something. Don't allow the fear and anxiety that you may have to stop you from getting in that race, whatever that race may be. Get out there, do the things you want to do. But as always, I want to encourage you to also focus on your art, focus on your hobbies, paint those models, forge those narratives. Don't allow your pursuit of perfection, your pursuit of getting a project done to cause you to hit hobby burnout. Don't allow something that you love to become something that you hate. If you do feel like that is happening, take a step back and reflect. Figure out what you've got to do to get back to your hobby center. Maybe that means changing the scope of the miniature project you're working on from an army to a unit to a single model. Maybe that means changing up the details you're working on and being less efficient because you're not assembly line painting anymore, but you're working on something new. Maybe you're working on some pouches, on these 10 minis and the bolters on these 10 and the helmets on those. Change it up so that you keep it fresh and it's not so monotonous. Maybe that means you need to take a break. Maybe it means you need to work on a different mini altogether, but make sure that you come full circle and you don't exit the hobby. Make the changes that you need to make sure you're enjoying what it is that you do. This should be your form of release, your form of self-expression through your art, your catharsis. I highly encourage you to consider the narrative on every piece that you pick up. Every nick, ding, scratch, and imperfection is something that you have control over with your miniatures. As Bob Ross would say, this is your world. You are the creator. With one brushstroke at a time, you can forge a narrative of your choosing. In a reality right now where things are so far beyond and outside of our control, this is a place where you can have control. This is a place where one brushstroke at a time you can forge something of your own. What will those stories, what will the names, the accolades, the battles, the universes these miniatures hail from, what will they be for you? And as you have forged those narratives and overcome fear and pursued your interests both in the hobby and outside, I highly encourage you guys, when it's safe to do so, to get out there in the physical world, play games with people, enjoy their company, forge narratives on the tabletop, your army, their army. They clash for that brief moment. Allow the dice gods to dictate where that story goes, for that may be the only moment that you get to play with that individual. Don't get so wrapped up in the pursuit of the win or the gameplay mechanics, the rules, that you forget what's important. Having fun with that person, forging that narrative, that's what's important. Rather than worrying about what result the dice roll may come up with on the tabletop, consider what that means for the story that's unfolding in your mind. You roll that 6 and you succeed and your armor prevails. The bolter fire hits you and you shrug it off. You roll that 1 and oh no! My captain's taken a hit, he's wounded, he might go down. Think of it as a story, a battle taking place in your mind, not just dice rolls, not just a game. It can be so much more if you allow it to be. As you have forged the narrative, played the games, and got out there and did what you want to do, please don't lose sight of how much of an impact you can have on others in the digital realm as well. Get out there on Instagram, Discord communities. I know you're all a part of a million of them. Get out there. Get on the Facebook. Get on Twitter. Twitch if you're on there. DeviantArt if you're on there. Anywhere you can broadcast. Spread your happy hobby message. It doesn't matter if you're a new artist, award-winning artist, or anything in between. Be proud of your work. Take photos, post it, and spread a little bit of hobby happiness. There's enough negative bullshit that comes through our social media feeds every day. Let's combat it by flooding that feed with pictures of our art, things that we are happy about, things that make us proud. I promise you there's somebody right now that's swiping through their social media feed on their phone. They've never seen miniatures. They don't know what it is. Your picture could be the catalyst for change. You could light the fire up under their ass that gets them into a new hobby, something that could be a lifelong pursuit for them too. That might not happen if we're not spreading our hobby joy, if we're not posting those pictures, so please do. And right now, there might be another person in a completely different place who's swiping through their phone too, and they're down, they're depressed, they're feeling bad, they're not motivated to paint. Your picture might be the one that comes across their feed. They may see what you've done, they may see your happiness, they may be able to vicariously live through you for a moment, and then feel inspired to pick up a paintbrush and paint again. You can be that positive light in the darkness for them. If you only put out those pictures, if you put out your art, if you broadcast yourself to others. Don't allow fear to dictate what you do. Be proud of what you paint. Be proud of the things you put out there. And try and spread a little bit of that joy with other people. And as we end today's stream, as always, I highly encourage you guys to leave the world a better place than you found it, in every sense of that statement, in every way you can interpret it. You never know what people are going through in their everyday lives, and it pays to be kind always. Those that you engage with may be having a bad day, a bad week, a bad month, a bad year, a bad go at life in general. But you can have a positive impact on them simply by making eye contact, smiling, saying please, saying thank you, holding a door open, making someone feel like a valued human being. You could be the difference between that good day and a bad day. Even if you're not there to see that happiness, you can plant that seed, light that fire within them that can grow into an inferno of positivity and happiness just by that small gesture. I promise you, you are equipped, you are armed with the tools to have a positive impact on others should you choose to. I highly encourage you guys to sail through this life leaving positivity and happiness in your wake. There's enough negativity and bullshit in the world. Let's be a part of the solution and not the problem. And as we end today's stream, folks, we're going to go ahead and step away from my pulpit, kick that soapbox out from under me. I've got my sermon over. I got my positive message broadcast. I hope it's helped you out a little bit. Hope it's cast a little bit of light for your day, and just maybe you'll do something nice for someone else today. You'll say something nice. You'll carry it forward. But with that being said, guys, we're going to go ahead and get this raid going out to Art of Mike Disney. If you guys go over that way, please, please, please hit that follow button. Spam some emotes. Let them know who sent you. Spread that hobby happiness. Spread that positivity. As always, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Keep rolling those dice. Keep painting those models. And I will catch you tomorrow.